Gen 8's most powerful Pokemon, Zacian Crowned, is finally available to use in Gen 9 thanks to Pokemon Home, and I'm not sure if we're ready. Zacian Crowned is part of a select group so strong that they had to be banned from Ubers in competitive singles. Mega Rayquaza, both Zacian forms, and recently Calyrex Shadow are the only Pokemon to ever achieve this level of power. That permanent attack boost from the ability Intrepid Sword, the incredible Fairy Steel type combination, and enormous speed and attack stats were just far too overwhelming for the Gen 8 Ubers metagame. In Gen 9, Zacian Crowned has unsurprisingly become a top tier and central threat very quickly. But this time around, I don't think it'll end up being banned from Ubers. Zacian Crowned's ability Intrepid Sword was nerfed. Now it only gives the attack boost once per battle. That initial attack boost is still really good, and this Pokemon barely needs the help anyway, but this is still a significant nerf. Zacian Crowned also has a bit more trouble breaking through teams this time around. Skeledirge has risen up as a popular choice in Gen 9 Ubers, since it's a great check to both Zacian Crowned and Koraidon. It resists both of Zacian Crowned's stab types and completely ignores all of its attack boosts, including the boost from Intrepid Sword, thanks to Unaware. Dondozo is another new Pokemon that can effectively wall Zacian Crowned. Now that Arceus can learn Dragon Dance, Arceus Ground has become a popular offensive sweeper. After a single boost, it can outrun and one-hit KO Zacian Crowned and many other common threats in the metagame. The presence of this set has made Zacian Crowned's life a little bit more difficult. Arceus can also run many different utility sets that prevent any Pokemon from being too centralizing. It can choose any type and adapt to absolutely anything with its vast options. Arceus wasn't in Gen 8, which was likely a big factor in Zacian Crowned being so overwhelming. Despite these new roadblocks, Zacian Crowned is a solid contender for the title of #1 Pokemon in Ubers. It outruns both of the new cover legendaries and threatens them super effectively, and its typing, damage output, and sweeping potential are second to none. I've built a new Ubers team around Zacian Crowned as a win condition that has been serving me quite well. Skeledirge is a tough matchup, so I've decided to use a bulk up plus taunt Koraidon alongside Zacian Crowned to help break through the Croc. With Taunt to prevent Will-O-Wisp and Crunch to chip it down, this set can force in and apply pressure to Skeledirge, allowing Zacian Crowned to eventually come in later in the game and sweep. Let's try out Zacian Crowned for ourselves on the Gen 9 Ubers ladder and to see how powerful it really is. I'll link the team in the description if you'd like to try it out yourself. But first, some alarming news. It has come to my attention that everyone's least favorite Pokemon, Iron Mugulis, has developed the groundbreaking technology of time travel. Iron Mugulis was spotted all the way back in Generation 1 OU, wreaking absolute havoc on the unstable early metagame and irreversibly damaging the timeline. Like this video and subscribe to the channel urgently so that we can develop our own counter technology and set things straight. Thank you. We're gaming, folks. And in this situation, I mean, the lead is clear. It's an easy Miraidon. Enemy probably going Miraidon. That's how Ubers goes. You click on Miraidon on the lead slot, and the enemy follows suit, and what you do is you go Clodsire. It's a Miraidon check. Giratina is pretty good into Tinglu. You can get Ruinationed, but Tinglu can't touch you. They have Ruination Earthquake, so you can completely wall them. Ruination can never deal lethal damage to you, which is interesting, so you can very safely come in against Tinglu, Will-O-Wisp it, and then repeatedly defog to get rid of the hazards, and this is a 1v1 that you win with ease. I haven't even received a Ruination. We got full health on Giratina. That's called Christmas morning. That's called extra credit, and that's fantastic for us. That's just tremendous. Arceus Fairy is causing problems, however. A Judgment is coming down, and I'm afraid. I think this team needs some sort of answer for Fairy plus ground coverage. It's problematic for the team. We could go to Zacian Crowned, where at risk of a Will-O-Wisp. I'm going to go Clodsire. We can shrug off an Earth Power nicely, actually. We'll see if this Arceus Fairy has Taunt or not. It's entirely possible. We could also make her Stealth Rock, actually. That would be better against the Tinglu. Or the Eternatus. And similarly, make progress against the enemy. With a Stealth Rock on our side, we are chipping down foes such as Giratina Origin and Arceus Fairy. Isn't that great? We got Clodsire against a beast from beyond, a ginormous dragon. What can you do? Dynamax Cannon? Didn't think so. I'm not frightened of Eternatus at all. Not at all. Here's Tinglu. Let's go Koraidon, actually. Let's do a Koraidon thing. And we can both have rocks on the field and both be having fun. What's interesting is we're forcing in Skeledirge. I've designed this Koraidon set to actually defeat Skeledirge. I don't know if this will work. We'll try it out. We taunt. They can't Will-O-Wisp, and then we can actually have Crunch, which will whittle you down. But I actually got a crit. Look at that. That was a lot of damage. And we shrug off Torch Song. We got leftovers too. You do ramp up with the special attack, but it's nothing compared to my large damage from Crunch, is it? So this is beautiful, because this is my intent here, is to chip down this guy. He's complaining about the crit. I mean, sure, it's unlucky, but I think that I win this 1v1. We pressure the Skeledirge. It's alright. You can check me with Arceus Fairy. That's so true. But now you're in such trouble against Zacian Crowned with the low Skeledirge. I suppose the crit mattered, actually. I'm going to pretend that when I get good luck, it's a result of my critical thinking and intelligence. Buzzwords such as playing to my outs rather than just getting lucky. When I get unlucky, I'm gonna, you know, curse this guy out and complain about everything. Forgive the horn beeps in recent videos. There's a lot of car horns around here. It's good to know that Clodsire can nicely shrug off an Earth Power from Arceus Fairy. I'm running boots on this particular Clod. I feel like we want the hazard protection. And I could do an Earthquake right here, can't I? What are you going to do? Dynamax Cannon? Kill me in a single hit somehow? What are you going to do? Dynamax Cannon? Defeat me in a single fell swoop? No. I was thinking of Toxicking this incoming Giratina Origin. I decided against it though, didn't I? This thing can threaten Earthquake on me. Which is, you know, non-ideal, isn't it? I'll go to my own Giratina Origin. I think my switch in against Tinglu now is Koraidon rather than Giratina Origin. So we're not as concerned about that. Right, you went for a Will-O-Wisp. I can do that too. Right, I can do a Will-O-Wisp. What are you going to do? Go Skeledirge, heal up? I'll click a Dragon Tail, actually. Okay, it would have been nice to perhaps Will-O-Wisp this. That's okay, though. We'll go to Claude. I think we're in a good spot. I think we're in a fine spot, in fact. I think we're in a tremendous spot. I'm gonna go for a Toxic this time. I've never clicked it yet. My opponent probably isn't anticipating it. Yeah, we would have done Peanuts to Tinglu anyway. Let's go Koraidon. What I like about Koraidon is the fighting typing. You take nothing from rocks. Take a measly amount. I think my opponent is more worried about rocks than I am. Right now. I'm well equipped for the spiky floor. We've got boots on. We've got protective shoes. It's always very important. In life itself, you know, there's sometimes shards of glass on the floor or something. You want to be wearing shoes outside. What are you going to do? Whirlwind again? Double out to Arceus? I'm moments away from... If I get Zacian Crowned in and I Swords Dance once, it's pretty over. It's pretty close to over at that point. We've got to be frightened perhaps of a defensive Terrastalize to stop a Zacian sweep. If we could bait Terrastalize, that would secure the game big time. There'd be no counterplay. There'd be nothing left. Oh, Skeledirge down. That's great news. That's excellent news. And you go Miraidon against the Clodsire. I'm going to click Earthquake. I dodged Draco Meteor. I would have been able to heal up anyway. Maybe a Giratina Origin scare me out with an Earthquake. You might not have it, but you'd scare me out. Maybe I'll recover this time. I don't know. No, you just Earthquake, because you can just recover the next turn, because they lose special attack, don't they? Unless they crit the next turn. That's a possibility. I'm going to ignore that possibility. There's poor RNG on the opponent's part, but I do think my position was just excellent in this game. See what you do. Okay, you just healed yourself. Nicely done. Thought maybe another Draco Meteor would be coming down. That's okay, though. I may run out of Earthquakes if we keep going. Maybe you go Miraidon. I'm frightened of the incoming Terra. Is there an incoming Terra? Let me U-turn just in case your Terra here to like Terra Fairy or something. Terra could really ruin my life. It's the one thing. There's the Terra Fairy. We did it. We checked for it. It's been done. And now we can poison you. Now you have no recourse anymore. You don't have any more poison immunities on the squad. Clodsire absolutely carrying this one. Clodsire really stonewalling the enemy. Massively. I think a Crunch, or you go Gira. Yeah, I'll save it as a Tinglu switch in. We're gonna get Dragon-tailed. Well, I think Play Rough will just take you out, and then probably Zacian cleans it. I think we've set this up for Zacian nicely. Still, we're gonna go Caradon though. I'm gonna bulk up this time. It's a slower paced game here. But still, that's okay. And then a Crunch takes you out, easy. A Crunch gets you. And we're victorious. Folks, whenever you get an instance of poor luck, what you want to do is you go to the chat and you make it clear to your opponent that they just got lucky. You want to do that ad infinitum. It's very important. You want to make it very clear. They forfeited before we could actually pull the trigger, bring Zacian in and defeat everything. Or Caradon opened up the way for Zacian. That was a Zacian victory. We're gaming again. We've got a series of large legendary Pokemons and then there's Iron Bundle. And I'm frightened the most of the Iron Bundle. I'm gonna be honest. The Iron Bundle is looking at me with the eyes of death. Everything else I can handle. This little guy, I'm quivering in fear. I'm gonna leave with Miraidon. It's a novel idea, I know. It's an interesting concept. We're gonna do big electro damage to this monkey. What can be said about it? What can be done? Stealth Rock lead, Annihilate. I've learned my lesson against these people. I'm going to Draco Meteor this. We're going to Draco Meteor this for big damage. It's going to Dragon Dance, yes. And then we're going to go Giratina on the Earthquake. I'm going to Terra Fairy to... No, I'm not. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. What am I going to do? Dragon Tail? We live and we get you out of there. You're out. Your sweep has been ended in its tracks. Arceus Ground has been the death of me more than once. And this is a moment Skeledirge was made for right here. We go Skeledirge. And Skeledirge is about to be the hero of this story. In a major way. That's a free burn. That's the freest burn, you might say. Zacian Crowned is looking great. The enemy does not have Skeledirge, which is very positive. Skeledirge is the biggest counter to Zacian Crowned, but the enemy doesn't have that. I'm gonna make Stealth Rock. That's Arceus Ground. I am frightened of this. Because if you Dragon Dance, I'm in trouble. You didn't do it. Let's go to Zacian. Let's go Zacian. We outrun Iron Bundle. We're probably inviting in a Kyogre shortly. Kyogre's coming in a moment. In comes Kyogre. It's Scarfed, I believe. It's going to be Scarfed. But with the clock is ticking on this water spout. It's not going to be doing much damage for much longer because... Oh, well, there's Origin Pulse too, isn't there? What if I go back out to Zacian for the fans at home? What are you going to do? Go Zacian? Yeah. we got a double dog. Whose dog is better? I don't know. My dog? I got the superior dog. Trailblaze? Swords Dance? I'm going to win the speed tie. I got the better dog. What can be said about that? Is sometimes you have the better, just superior dog. That's just how life goes. What are you going to do? Ice Beam? I go back Zacian on the lock-in? To Ice Beam? Is that what's happening here? Because I think that's what's happening here. Oh, dude, you're going to freeze my Zacian, though? You're a lucky duck. That's all I'll tell you. I think I'm okay. I got my Terra Fairy Dirge. I don't love that you got frozen on I don't love that, but I'm going to go Skeledirge and then Terra Fairy Will-O-Wisp. I think that'll be good. Yeah, that'll be more than good. That'll be great. That'll be more than good. We're in a firm lead, and that's it. We've done it. And Zacian was the star of the show, even in a block of ice, like cryogenically frozen for the next battle. Cryogenically frozen Zacian Crowned so that he can come back even stronger in the next battle, like Goku in the that thing he went into with like frozen gel or whatever that was on planet Namek. That's what Zacian's doing. Thanks for watching. Zacian Crowned is a bit I think in terms of number one Pokemon, you got to pick Miraidon because it feels so easy to fit on teams, and it also can handle its counters a little bit because it has U-turn and can nuke through like Clodsire with Specs Draco Meteor, stuff like that. Zacian Crowned is a bit easy to answer because Scarlet kind of walls it, but Zacian Crowned also an incredibly central threat. So fast, so threatening. It's fun to use. It's a bit one-dimensional compared to the other top dogs, Caridon and Baradon, but I think it's fun to build around. It's a cool win condition guy. What do you think of Zacian, folks? Let me know down below. Thank you to the viewers, and I'll catch you later. Thank you to the patrons. Become a patron to appear on this excellent end screen, alongside your favorite Pokemon.
The money got different, cause of what I'm spending. The money got different,
Oh, it's
cause of what
Magneton!
I'm spending.
Oh,
The money
KO
got
by one
different,
hit! It
cause
scattered
of what I'm
spikes!
spending. The money got different.